Welcome guys. Before us we have question 12 from mathematics paper 2 for the year 2023 for the internals. We are dealing with a question from section B where we're dealing with a statistics question. So the question reads, the following table shows the age distribution of 30 people in a village. So as we can see, the first row denotes the age, then the second one will have the frequency. The question is to calculate the standard deviation. Now there are about 3 ways in which we can find the standard deviation, among of which you can use the table. But in this lesson, I'm not going to use the table. So now, if you're not using a table, to find the standard deviation, first, there are some steps that we need to follow. The first one, we need to find what we call the mean. So the mean is denoted by x with a bar on top. And the formula is summation of f of x divided by summation of f. Summation simply means that we need to find the total of frequency multiplied by midpoint. Then after that, we are going to use the standard deviation formula where the table is not involved. So this is summation of frequency multiplied by midpoint squared over summation of f of x minus mean squared. So from these symbols, we'll say where x with a bar means a mean, then x without a bar means or represents a midpoint. Then what of small letter f means frequency. So we need to find the frequency, midpoint, and mean for us to find the standard deviation. So let's begin with the finding the midpoint. So the midpoint are the numbers that I'm going to put on top here. And for you to find the midpoint, we just have to add 0 plus 10 divided by 2. Then that's a pattern that you're supposed to use. So 0 plus 10 is 10 divided by 2. So the midpoint of this range is 5. We move on to 10 plus 20 is 30 divided by 2. Here is 15. 20 plus 30 will give us 50. Half of 50 is 25. 30 plus this is 70. So 35, 40, here 90. Half of 90 is 45. 50 plus 60 is 110. Divided by 2 is 55. So this is how you're supposed to find the midpoint if you are given the interval. So the interval for the first one is 0 to 10, the second one 10 to 20, up to 50 to 60. Now after we are done, let's now find the mean. So the mean will be where we want the summation of f of x. So this 2 is the frequency we multiply by the 5 on top. So that's the procedure. So I'm going to say 2 times 5 plus we move on to 6 times 15 plus 9 times 25 plus 7 times 35 plus 4 times 45. You need to make sure that you don't make a simple mistake because it can be costly. So 2 times 55 over the summation of the frequency. So the frequency, we're just going to add the number. So 2 plus 6 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4 plus 2. Then from here we know that we just have to use the calculator. The calculator will do its work. So let's see how we can now 2 times 5 is 10 plus 15 by 6 I'm getting 90 plus 25 times 9 I'm getting 225 plus 7 times 35 I'm getting 245 plus 45 times 4 180 then plus 55 times 2 will give us 110 over 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 9 that is 17 plus plus 7 that is 24 plus 4 is 28 plus 2 is 30. So this number must correspond to the number given in the statement. Right, so the remaining part is just for us to add the numbers on top, then divided by 30, then we have our mean. 10 plus 90 plus 225 plus 245 plus 180 plus 110. So according to my calculations, I'm getting 860 divided by 30. So if we divide by 30, my final answer is 28.66, which is 28.7 as our mean. Now after we are done finding the mean, we need to find now this expression here. So this is what we are going to do. Now for us to find this expression, firstly I'm going to look at this expression inside. Then from there we'll see what we can do. So the expression is summation of f of x squared over summation of f. So if you look at the formula for mean and this one, the only difference is that the midpoint must be squared. Then the rest remains the same. So what are we going to do? What we are going to do is we'll say f times the first midpoint we said is 5, we square it, plus another f, the second one is 15 squared, plus another f, 25 squared, plus 35 squared, plus 45 squared, plus 55 squared over the denominator. We know that we still get 30, so I'm just going to write 30. So the point here is these numbers must be squared, so we're just squaring this. Then the product of these numbers will be multiplied by the frequency, then we'll be able to come up with the final answer. So what is 5 times 5 is 25 plus 15 squared, this should be 225. So we have 225 plus what is 25 squared? 625 plus 35 squared, 1225 plus 45 squared, 2025 plus 55 squared, getting 3025 over the same frequency 30. Now let's now add the frequency for each. So the first frequency is 2. So I'm going to say 2 times 25 plus the second frequency is 6. So 6 times 225 plus the second frequency is 9. So 9 times 625 plus after 9 we have 7. 7 times 1225 plus after 7 we have 4. Then the last one is 2. 4 times 2025 plus 2 times 03025 divided by 30. So 2 times 25 is 50 plus 6 times 225 1350 plus 9 times 625 getting 5625 plus so we're multiplying now these numbers. 7 times 1225 getting 8575 plus we'll move on to 4 times 2025 getting 8100 plus 2 times 3025 6050 divided by 30. So all we need to do here is we need to find a total of these numbers. So 50 plus 1350 plus 5625 plus 8575 plus 8100 plus 6050. So I'm getting 29,750 over 30. Please make sure that you don't have to make a simple mistake. So if we divide by 30, I'm getting 991.7. So at this point, we can just find out our final answer. So say standard deviation is equal to the square root of summation of f of x squared over summation of f minus mean squared. So this number, we found this number is this. So I'm just going to substitute. So 991.7 minus what's our mean? What was our mean? So the mean is 28.7. Now we need to square that number. So 28.7 squared. So I'm getting 823.69. So what's our difference? So the difference between 991.7 and 823.69 is 168.01. Then the square root of this number, I'm getting 12.96, which is, if we round this off, will give us 13.0. So this is my final answer, if let's say I have not made a mistake. So now after we are done, we can move on to the other question. So the other question is, we need to now plot what we have on the graph. So B1 B. Answer this part of the question paper on a sheet of graph paper using the table above. Copy and complete the relative cumulative frequency table below. Then here, so how were they finding the relative cumulative frequency number? So they are using these numbers, then you divide by the total. So remember, the total is always 30, the total of the frequency. 2 plus this one 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 added up to 30. So 0 divided by 30, 0.00. 2 divided by 30, same. 8 divided by 30. So let's go to 17 here. So 17 divided by 30, getting 0. Okay, so I'm just going to 0.566, so which is 57. Then for this one, 24 divided by 30, getting 0.8. Then for this one, 28 divided by 30, getting 0.9333 recurring, so just 93. Then 30 divided by 30, this is the 1.00. So now, using the scale of 2 cm to represent 10 units on the horizontal axis, which is the x-axis, and 2 cm to represent 0.1 on the vertical axis for. So let's now draw our curve. So let's go back to, so we are told 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the horizontal is the x-axis. So it means every 2 centimeters we need to add a 10 units. So here we say 10, 20, so that's a pattern. 30, 40, 50, 60, we can just reach up to 70, because if you look at the range that we are given, the range is 0 up to 60. So in the x-axis, we need to make sure that we have these numbers, then our graph will be okay. So then for y-axis, 0.0 up to 1.0. So let's go in the y-axis, we look at what we have. So this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1.0. So now we can start plotting. So what's our first coordinate? So the first coordinate is 0.00, comma, this one. So the x is this one, comma, this one. So 0, comma, 0.00. So it is just the origin. So this is the point. Then what is our second point? And mind you, the graph, this table must be on the graph paper. So the second one is 10, 0.07. Now, for the y-axis, this smaller box, this smaller one, represents a 0.01. So that's a pattern. How did we know that? So you need to look at what each 2 centimeters represents. So each 2 centimeters in the y-axis represents 0.1. If you divide by 10, you get 0.01. So I'm going to now 10, 0.07. So I'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Right, so I'll just have to count 7 in the y-axis. Then the second one is 20, 27. 20, 27. So 20 is here. 27, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Then after that we have this one, 30, 57. So 30, 57. So I'll go in the y-axis where there is 0.5. So 57, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We move on to 0.8 and 40. So 40, 0.8. 40, 0.8. So here. Then 0.93 and 50. So 50, 0.9. So if this is 40, our 50, 93, 1, 2, 3. So let's hope by now you've gotten the concept. Then 60, 1.0. So 60, 1.0 is this one. So we just have to now we connect. So make sure that you draw a smooth curve. I'm just using a thick ink so that you are able to see. But when you are drawing, make sure that the pencil is not that very thick. So this is our answer. Right, then for Roman number 3, showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate 70th percentile. So you just want a 70th percentile. So you say 70th percentile is equal to, so 70 over 100 multiplied by the highest number, cumulative frequency, the highest number is 1 in the y-axis. So you get the highest number in the y-axis. So 7 times 1 is 70. So what is 70% of 1 is 0.7. So where there is 0.7, this, I'm going to draw a dotted horizontal line. Then as soon as I touch my curve, I'm going to turn 90 degrees parallel to the y-axis. So the point where this line will touch the x-axis is our final answer. So according to my graph here, should be here. This is about 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we just say is equal to 36. 36 what? So let's look at so it's years. So that's how you can answer a question like this one. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.